Doherty. Now, if you're like me, you probably heard, oh, Jack Doherty, he's not that great. But he's worse than you can possibly.
With just a simple, playful, object-flipping video that seemed almost trivial, Jack Doherty garnered over 30 million views, catapulting him from obscurity to a shining icon of Gen Z, a dazzling YouTube star with a multi-million-dollar empire, flashy supercars, and a lavish mansion. Yet when standing at the pinnacle of fame alongside titans of the era like Mr. Beast or Logan Paul, Jack Doherty couldn't hold on to his throne as they did. Instead of leveraging his influence to inspire and create value, Jack took a different path, one marked by controversy and attention-grabbing stunts. As a result, the once celebrated teen idol, adored across social media, transformed himself into a polarizing figure in the eyes of the community, unafraid to stir conflict. A person unafraid to spark conflict with others.
We're going back, dog.
And someone who believes they can disregard all boundaries, from ethics to legality, as long as it generates a few seconds of shocking content to attract views. Ultimately, what caused a young man, once celebrated by the world, to spiral into such decline? To find the answer, join me in retracing the entire journey of Jack Doherty's rise and fall. This isn't just the story of a social media star's downfall, but a wake-up call for anyone who believes that a few million views can buy untouchable status.
There's two diamond chains, like $300,000. Did they touch you?
Yes.
Jack Doherty began his YouTube journey in 2016, riding the wave of the bottle-flipping craze that swept social media. While countless channels jumped on the trend, Jack set himself apart by not just flipping water bottles, but tackling everything from pens to chairs to even a refrigerator. His playful, almost whimsical video, "I Flipped All These," quickly racked up 30 million views, transforming Jack, a Gen Z kid, into a symbol of YouTube's new era of creativity. But for Jack, bottle flipping was just the warm-up. As the trend faded, he pivoted swiftly, turning his YouTube channel into a bold, street-smart playground. In his videos, Jack and his friends sneaked into malls to camp overnight, dodged security guards, built forts out of store shelves, and even threw secret parties under the dim lights of food courts. Simple games like hide-and-seek became heart-pounding chases through city streets, with Jack climbing trees, ducking into bushes, or disguising himself as a passerby to outsmart his opponents. The shaky camera followed his every move, blending laughter with adrenaline. Jack wasn't just filming, he was creating an immersive experience for his audience. This raw, high energy and youthful spontaneity made Jack a Gen Z icon. Fans adored his audacity, drawn to his willingness to do what others only dreamed of. From malls to parks, from clever pranks to wild challenges, Jack built a loyal fan base of millions eagerly awaiting his next move. But that dazzling spotlight wasn't easy to maintain. As his audience matured, they began to expect more from him, deeper, more meaningful content. Jack, driven to stay on top, started pushing boundaries further, experimenting with bolder ideas than ever before. Yet, he seemed unaware that in the relentless race for attention, the line between entertainment and recklessness was starting to blur. Some of his pranks, like pretending to steal from stores or deliberately causing a scene in public, began to rub some viewers the wrong way, though many continued watching, chalking it up to Jack's style. His provocative interactions with strangers, like intentionally riling up a security guard or teasing passersby, were still seen by some as harmless fun, despite growing warnings from the community that Jack was crossing a line. And so, fueled by what seemed like positive audience reactions to his new content, Jack Doherty began producing increasingly extravagant challenges, riskier pranks, and ever more audacious stunts. As a result, Jack sank deeper into a misguided path, creating cracks that shook the very foundation of his empire. One of the daring stunts Jack Doherty performed to draw viewers was live streaming on the Kick platform in October 2024 while driving a $200,000 McLaren 570S on a Florida highway during heavy rain. Instead of focusing entirely on the road, Jack repeatedly engaged with audience comments on his phone, an extremely risky action while navigating a slippery highway. The consequence was a serious crash. The car slammed into a guardrail, sustaining major damage, and Jack's cameraman Michael was injured.
You alright, guys? Yeah, I'm alright. Alright, please come. Are you here? What's your name? My name is Jack. I was driving and then my tires just slipped and I lost control and then landed here. I was all the way on the left side and I just went there and then I don't know what happened. I just lost control. The next thing you know, I'm just going tears. And I don't know what happened.
Immediately after the crash, Florida Highway Police arrived at the scene. Jack was fined for using a communication device while driving, and the Kick platform promptly banned his channel for violating its dangerous content policies. However, the incident had already been live-streamed to millions of viewers who could clearly see that this was not just a typical traffic accident but a result of Jack's recklessness. Even more, what outraged the online community was not only the crash itself, but Jack's seemingly callous reaction. While Michael was in pain, Jack appeared more concerned about his damaged McLaren, lamenting with comments like "my car," instead of showing concern for his injured friend.
Michael, I just totaled my McLaren, bro. I just totaled my car.
His friend is clearly injured, bleeding from his head. He is fucking leaking. And Jack Doherty doesn't give a shit. He hands him the phone to keep filming for stream and then tells him to film on an additional phone as well to get multiple angles, I guess. He was trying to make like a 360-degree video out of it. I have no clue.
The online community erupted with intense anger, and Jack Doherty quickly became the focal point of fierce criticism. On YouTube and Twitter, netizens united in condemning Jack, seeing the incident as clear evidence of trading ethics for fame.
And I just cannot fight the urge to make fun of this goober again. Insulting Jack Doherty is a God-given right, and I would be a fool to deny that.
Many viewers even called for Jack to be permanently banned from platforms due to his dangerous and irresponsible behavior, fearing he could become a misguided role model for young people. Even loyal fans began to turn away, with numerous Reddit posts describing Jack as callous and self-centered.
He cares. I think this guy is so far gone. He's such a sociopath, disconnected from reality. I actually think he's viewing this in his head as a positive thing, like, oh, this is gonna be a lot of views. This is actually gonna be like really good for the brand.
Facing the wave of outrage, Jack attempted to calm the public by posting an apology on social media, expressing remorse and stating that he was deeply concerned about Michael's well-being. However, the apology was quickly dismissed as insincere, especially when, just weeks later, Jack resumed posting videos flaunting a new car, a mansion, and a lavish lifestyle as if nothing had happened. This defiance only fueled public outrage, as it clearly showed that Jack had not grasped the gravity of his actions. The McLaren crash not only shook Jack Doherty's reputation, but also marked the first significant shift in public sentiment toward him, from admiration to disdain. The image of a once-admired Gen Z icon, celebrated for his bold style and luxurious lifestyle, was now replaced with anger and disappointment. The online community could not accept his irresponsibility and apparent indifference, particularly when he seemed to prioritize material possessions over the safety of others. Beyond this, around the same time, Jack faced accusations of using artificial view-boosting tools for his live streams and was linked to a cryptocurrency project suspected of being fraudulent. Despite his attempts to address these claims, the controversies further eroded the trust that his audience once had in him.
I see on Twitter everyone is saying I've been view-botting. I just got married today. I'm sorry that people add views to my stream and there's nothing I can do about it. Big whoop. And then everyone's saying I don't have a lot of chatters in my Twitch thing. It's because I have a deal with party.com. So I tell everyone to chat in the party.com chat because that's the only chat I read. So everyone knows not to look at the Twitch chat and go to the party chat. But I got married today. Fudge all the haters. You guys are broke at the end of the day, so you guys really can't be talking.
The challenges didn't end there. Jack's breakup with his girlfriend McKinley, who had managed an OnlyFans account that generated significant revenue for him, dealt a major blow to his finances. Jack admitted that his income, once at $1.5 million per month, plummeted to a tenth of that amount. This series of setbacks not only pushed Jack into a crisis, but also drove him to increasingly desperate measures to regain public attention, laying the groundwork for an even more shocking event that would soon unfold in his once dazzling career. If the McLaren crash raised doubts about Jack Doherty's ethics and sense of responsibility, an incident in May 2025 proved to be the final straw, thrusting him into a storm of criticism centered on his lack of honesty. Specifically, on May 7th, 2025, Jack Doherty posted a YouTube video titled "I Got Robbed for $300,000," claiming that he was robbed of 2 diamond chains worth $300,000 by 4 armed individuals in broad daylight on Rodeo Drive, a bustling and upscale area in Los Angeles.
2 diamond chains, like $300,000. Did they touch you?
Yes.
Bleeding. One of them was 100K, one of them was 200K. It's like 300K. Yeah.
According to Jack, the robbers suddenly emerged from an SUV, brandished a gun, snatched 2 diamond chains from his neck, and fled. Jack claimed he immediately filed a report with the Los Angeles Police Department, and the incident quickly drew media attention.
I just got robbed on Rodeo Drive. 4 armed guys hopped out of their car, ripped both my chains off my neck.
However, Jack's story immediately raised suspicions due to inconsistencies and unconvincing details in his own words and behavior. Instead of receiving the sympathy he expected, Jack faced a fierce wave of skepticism. Longtime viewers pointed out the first logical issue. Jack, a YouTuber known for filming nearly every moment of his life, even live streaming while driving in the rain or during a crash, had no video footage whatsoever of the alleged robbery, a stark contrast to his usual habits. Additionally, contradictions in Jack's account further undermined its credibility. At times, he claimed he was tackled to the ground, while at others, he said he was pinned against a wall or chased around the street as the robbers took his watch.
When I saw them, within like 1 second, they already had their hands around my neck with my chains, like ripped it off, but Dave was right behind them. As soon as they ripped my chains, it's like they had my chains and Dave threw them with it. We pushed up against the wall and then seeing my chains like in front of me with the guys on the ground because Dave shoved them all there, bro. All three or four of them just tackling me.
Even Jack's ex-girlfriend McKinley openly expressed doubts about the incident, suggesting that Jack's reaction seemed more like acting than that of someone who had just experienced an armed robbery. Skepticism grew when considering the context of the event. Rodeo Drive is well known for its tight security, with surveillance cameras everywhere and a constant flow of people, making it hard to believe that 4 robbers could boldly strike in broad daylight, target a high-profile figure, and vanish without leaving any trace. Although the LAPD confirmed they are investigating, no suspects have been apprehended, and the details provided by Jack remain vague. Some online users speculated that this could be a publicity stunt to boost Jack's media presence, while others suggested that if the incident were proven to be staged, Jack could face legal consequences, such as charges for filing a false report or interfering with an investigation. On platforms like YouTube, Twitter, and Reddit, sarcastic comments quickly spread, "Hope the robbers are okay," "The worst robbery in history," "Jack's history," or "This is karma, not a robbery." Contrary to expectations of sympathy, Jack faced a devastating blow from the public. No one seemed willing to stand by him anymore. Even those who believed the robbery might have been real struggled to empathize, as Jack's ostentatious, over-the-top lifestyle had long fueled public resentment. Instead of providing evidence to clarify the story, Jack further angered the public. No surveillance footage was released, no additional details from the police were shared, and yet his YouTube channel continued to post videos flaunting new supercars and mansions. These actions were seen as insensitive, especially while the investigation remained unresolved and public skepticism grew. The $300,000 robbery not only sent Jack Doherty's reputation plummeting, but also exposed him to serious legal risks. If proven to be fabricated, he could face charges for filing a false report or obstructing an investigation. Yet beyond potential legal consequences, the most damaging outcome was the irreparable collapse of Jack's public image. Once a bold, rebellious, and successful Gen Z icon, Jack Doherty has now become a symbol of distrust, a figure defined by scandals, a flashy lifestyle, and controversial stunts to cling to relevance. From the heights of YouTube stardom, earning over $1.5 million a month, he now faces financial ruin, a shattered reputation, and most critically, the complete loss of his audience's trust, the most valuable yet intangible asset in the digital age. Jack Doherty's downfall wasn't the result of a single misstep, but a culmination of a long series of irresponsible choices, exposed falsehoods, and a lifestyle where superficial glamour could no longer mask the emptiness beneath. Jack Doherty's story serves as a powerful cautionary tale about responsibility, honesty, and ethics in the digital age, where an individual can rise to fame overnight, but also lose everything due to misguided choices. As a content creator, every action and statement goes beyond mere entertainments. It shapes the mindset, values, and behaviors of millions of followers, particularly young audiences, who are especially impressionable as they navigate their identities and lifestyles. Chasing fame at all costs, whether through sensational content, controversial behavior, or publicity stunts, may bring fleeting glory but carries profound and lasting consequences. The erosion of credibility, trust, and ultimately the respect of one's audience. In the world of social media, where information spreads in an instant, trust is the most valuable asset, and once lost, it's incredibly difficult to regain. This story also underscores a clear truth: influence comes with responsibility. Honesty is not just a personal virtue, but the foundation for building a healthy digital community. Instead of dodging mistakes or offering superficial apologies, creators must learn to face consequences, view failures as opportunities for growth, and inspire others positively. Sometimes silence isn't the answer. Transparency, courage, and sincerity are what can restore public trust and rebuild a tarnished image. The audience, too, plays a role. Viewers are not just passive consumers of content, they shape it. By supporting positive values, calling out misguided behavior, and demanding integrity from influencers, audiences can help make social media a more trustworthy and humane space. Ultimately, the most critical lesson from Jack Doherty's case is this: fame and success hold true value only when built on a foundation of ethics, honesty, and social responsibility. When individuals prioritize personal gain over others' well-being or exploit public trust for profit, they dismantle the very path they worked so hard to build. This story is not just about one person's downfall, but a reminder to the entire community, from creators to viewers, that every choice and piece of content shared shapes the future of the digital world we live in. If we want that future to be bright, we must start with the right values today.